Dyskin Ralbar. A Dyskin Ralbar is an Australian guitar with only 3 strings. It is tuned to a power chord with C, G, C. That means that whenever you play a full bar, or even play it open, it is a power chord. It is very similar to a dulcitar. It has a few modifications which are patented by Dyskin. I don't recall what those modifications are off the top of my head, but I thought I'd show you a bit about this guitar. It has numbers on the side. When you play an open 3 strings, it is the 1 chord. It's basically music by numbers, very similar to paint by numbers. I first heard about this guitar on SharkTank in Australia back in 2015. I was watching it and I thought the guitars looked really cool. The creator, Dyskin, went onto the show proposing an investment opportunity. Unfortunately, the Sharks declined the offer, however they did buy the custom Shark Ralbar. As soon as I saw it, I thought it was such a great idea. Being able to play chords with just 1 finger, being able to make music in such a basic way. I think that too many musicians try to prove their ability and try to play complicated music just for the sake of it, even though it doesn't make the music better. When you look throughout history, some of the most successful songs are only 3, 4, 5 chords. And they're not all that complicated, yet they are still beautiful and they still connect with an audience. And that's why I think something like this is great. It allows people who may not have as dexterous fingers to creatively express themselves through music. Not many people know this about me, but back when I was a child, my arm went through a glass door and it severed the nerve. I almost bled to death. It was horrible. I'm not sure if you can see the scar here, but it goes all the way across. I severed so deep. And due to that, I don't have much movement in these 2 fingers here. So playing a normal guitar is relatively difficult for me. And when I play the harp, I generally don't use this finger. We don't use our little fingers anyway, but I generally don't use this finger, and I make my middle finger have to pull double duty. The advantage of this guitar is you can play straight power chords with just 1 finger. Recognize that song? Well, it's not just 1 song, it's hundreds of songs, if not thousands. So many songs use that chord progression. It's a great chord progression. And that was just played with 1 finger. There's a lot of cool chord progressions that can be played on this guitar that are frequently used throughout both rock and pop music. I love this little guitar. Funnily enough, I decided to choose the blue model because it matched one of my other guitars. I also own an Avian Hawk guitar, also blue. It's got a cello head scroll there. And I'm glad I bought both of them. I wish I had more time to actually play guitar. Being predominantly a harpist, it means I don't really get the chance to play the instruments that I'm not getting paid to play. I don't think I've ever played a gig with a guitar. I've only played 1 gig with the C-board. I've done a bit of recording with guitar and C-board as well, but it would be nice to be able to dig into these instruments a little bit more. It's a nice instrument. It sounds great through reverb, it sounds great through distortion, and it's something nice to pick away at without having to think. I made every video today only using 1 finger, and that was the intention of it, is to show how easily it can be played. If I used more fingers it would probably sound better, but I thought it's worth illustrating that point. This video was not paid or endorsed by Dyskin Guitars. I just like the product. And that's why I'm reviewing it, and that's why I'm promoting it. I think it's a great tool. I think it's a great tool for both musicians and non-musicians. It can be quite daunting getting into music in one's adult life. I know, I got into music at the age of 20, so I wish this was around when I was just starting out with music. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.